Hey everybody, One Man Garage. Just showing here this 455 for a friend of mine. Been sitting around needing to get assembled. It's been a slow project. It's 30 over. It was just kind of a re-ring rebuild on a second-hand 455 we picked up that had a new Eagle cast replacement crank that had, I guess, had spun rod bearings from the previous usage. They may have over-revved it or something, but we found that it hadn't been balanced. And so anyway, the crank got brought in and block prep, brass freeze plugs, basically a re-ring, couple different rods swapped out, stock rods with ARP bolts, 30 over Speed Pro forged pistons, we're using those, and but got the motor balanced, rotating assembly this time. It's 20 under on the rods and 10 on the mains. Clearances seem good, about 10 thousandths or so on the mains. And it's coming together finally. There's my stroker short block, well, bare block waiting to be built. I was washing off the dust off the pistons here for the other motor, the 455, and setting the rings and bearings up here. Maybe it'll go together tomorrow. Yeah, I get a bunch of leaves and crap blowing the garage, so I have to clean the floor. It's a real pain in the butt. But I don't build motors that much, so I gotta clean everything. Anyway, that's what we got. We'll move forward later. Well, I'm in a holding pattern on the 455. I put the crank in yesterday because it turns out I asked my buddy to order 30 over rings on this re-ring forged motor that we were putting together, but my bad, those pistons were 40 over. They just had the carbon on them and I had forgotten what size they were. The thing had sat around for a year. My bad, I was checking the ring gap and it was way off, and I was like confused and put the old ring back in and it was perfect. And yeah, maybe because it's a 30 over ring and a 40 over bore. So when it unbagged my motor, my fresh prepped 60 over 400 here that's getting the stroker crank for my project. Of course, I'll have to do the scrub-a-dub cylinder clean out. I'm not doing that today. I just unbagged it and not really feeling it right now. So anyway, I'll have to spray down and wipe those cylinders. I always like to use a clean white paper towel when you're chasing it through there with some brake clean. And when that dude starts coming up without gray material on it, you know that you got all the metal from the hone out of the cylinder. So that'll be the little step on this. Some scrubbing down before we do any assembly. I'd like to get the crank in it tomorrow, kind of about where we're at with the other engine, and then we can mock up a full floating wrist pin without the ring on the piston and see what kind of deck height we're getting. We'll check in later.